Hello everyone, welcome back to the DaniyalZi Show, episode 5. We are back with Bassem Elghawaby today, and since our last episode, he has joined the team at Armada Marketing as the Director of Partnerships. We had some really good synergy, really good talks, he gave some really good advice, and it really intrigued us here. So we're like, why not join the team? And how do you feel so far about joining the company?
So far so good, yeah, after we did that show together, and we had met a while ago, maybe over a year ago
at Collab Space.
Yeah, Collab Space, and then we reconnected, and then just went from there. We felt good energy, and I saw that you really get this whole digital marketing stuff. We're on the same wavelength, having good conversations. So
that's the thing, you gotta really go into learn that kind of stuff. Speaking of Collab Space, what was the name of the event? Entrepreneurs in Action. Yes. Do you still go to those events?
I do occasionally. I haven't made it to all of them, but if I'm free and I have the chance, it's a good chance to see some familiar faces and some new faces. In this line of business, it's just about making those connections and meeting people. You never know who's going to be in the room with you, right?
You never know exactly. Yeah. You got to present yourself just as you would as if you're meeting any big person or anyone else.
Yeah.
Because it's interesting how even people, so there's influencers and there's micro-influencers. And micro-influencers are a person defined as someone who has less than, I think, 5,000 followers. That's a micro-influencer. And I think those people are just as important, if not more important. Because when they talk to their audience, they're talking to their friends, their family. So I think those kind of connections are just as important when you go to those events.
No, I think for sure. Even in my own experience, it doesn't necessarily always matter about how many people.
Yeah.
It's what type of relationships you have, and having deep relationships versus just wide.
Exactly. Yeah. Deep relationships are super important. Super important.
Yeah, for sure.
You gotta get to know those micro-influencers. You gotta talk to them. You gotta and those micro-influencers are everyone, right? Everyone's a micro-influencer. Mm-hmm. So you just gotta bring out a really, really good presentation of yourself on every single time you meet anyone.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk more about what I do, and basically didn't really get a chance to explain any of that. I'm the owner of Armada Marketing. I'm sure many of you know that already, but it's a small agency. We have about 8 people in our team, and we do digital marketing for a variety of government clients and startups and small businesses. And this whole little personal brand thing I'm doing, it's really just to give as much value as I can to the people who are watching. And I think that's so important nowadays, to have the realistic side of entrepreneurship and business and marketing that most people just don't understand, or they don't get how much work you have to really put into running a business and actually growing it. Even yourself, I'm sure you noticed the amount of deadlines, the tough approach you have to building a business.
No, of course. I mean, and things happen, right? Unpredictable things
every day.
Yeah, when you have clients that have deadlines, and if there's glitches or something, it's not about what happens, it's how you fix things, right?
Exactly. Yeah. And you got to be able to deal with everything. Once you own a company, you're responsible for every mistake that happens. Mm-hmm. Not your employees. You are responsible.
Right.
So I think that's really important for people to understand who don't really who get into the business, and it doesn't help you mentally either. If you're not really if you're just going to it with a small goal of hey, I'm gonna get some quick cash. Hey, I'm gonna just quickly grow the business and then exit. It never really works out that way, and I think there's a lot of mental awareness that needs to happen in entrepreneurship that doesn't happen nowadays.
Do you think it's something natural, or something can be taught? We were talking earlier about how you got into entrepreneurship. It's kind of something you felt, right, from a younger age, right?
Well, absolutely, right. I think it's super important for everyone to know. And this is like knowledge, right? When you talk to the camera, we're talking to these people who might want the guy that wants to start a business. Maybe he's not the best CEO, but maybe he's a really good designer. Maybe he's a really good something else. But a CEO is also like it's also a whole other responsibility, and it's not just about cash. It's not about it really isn't. You really have to have a passion for it, because when everyone else goes home, you're still working, and you have to keep working.
Right.
So nowadays you're seeing entrepreneurship as being a really big trend, which is awesome. I love it. I love that entrepreneurship is a really big trend.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's also scary how many people are getting into it that don't know what they're getting themselves into, and it sometimes results in like really shitty situations. I've seen.
Yeah. So I mean that's where it's good to find people, mentors, and people that have walked the path, and I think that's a really motivation for you to have this show, right? Where you have entrepreneurs and interesting people and people that have kind of gone through the journey, in different areas of business, right?
Exactly. Right. I want to really bring in those people who have really done it, and they're gonna come on the show. They're gonna explain like there is no exit, right? There's no exit. There's no end point. It's because they have a passion for it. If you don't have a passion for it, though, I don't think it ever really works out well.
No, it'll fizzle out, right?
Exactly. It will. It's the same thing as getting a job just for this $120,000 salary instead of getting the job at the $80,000 one, which is way more fulfilling.
Right, for sure.
So I say that so much nowadays, and I think it's really something that needs to be portrayed. Going past mental awareness and talking about that's just one of my passions I want to talk about on this show. And on top of that, I want to really just also give value in terms of what kind of things you should be using for your marketing, which is where my expertise are. So marketing in terms of why you shouldn't be using really classical marketing methods like newspaper ads, which are for some reason people still do them. When you open up newspaper, you're still filled with ads.
Yeah, people romanticize it. I guess
they do. Ottawa Citizen, look at it. I once opened their brochure on to get an ad. It was like something crazy, 40,000 for 2 months of advertising.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking,
where's the attention now?
Where's
is the attention there, or is it digital? And I think that's a rhetorical question.
No,
right?
it's absolutely insane. What people are doing with newspapers still.
Yeah.
Even like going past that, what universities are doing with their students. At Armada, we always do our internship program every year, and we're in that same area today where we're getting more interns. And I talked to the marketing analysts, and they have communication. They got the communications degree, or they're well within it, and they tell me the kind of things their professors are teaching them, which is how to make a newspaper ad. I'm like, how to make a newspaper ad?
Maybe that should be the history lesson or something. Yeah.
They're teaching you how to make a newspaper. They're teaching you 60s Madison Avenue advertising. And I don't think that works very well.
Yeah.
In your past, have you meddled with any classical advertising methods?
Well, I guess, for some clients, they still do the brochures, but I guess if there's a trade show or something, that could still be
kind of useful.
Still be applicable, but it kind of has to be unique so that people don't throw it away, right?
I don't know. The last time I went to a trade show, there was more people looking at their phones than the actual booths.
So if you have something that you can scan better, or just an application.
Just an application.
Yeah, it would be better, So. Yeah, no, I like when you talk about education. So I was fortunate to take a couple of programs at Algonquin that were really focused on digital communication with professionals and business people from industry, and even they were trying to deal with the fact that almost as soon as you're delivering the course, there's things changing in the industry, and you have to kind of submit your curriculum beforehand, But they were like the programs that I took were the two postgrads that I did. They were as close as you can get to a pretty pretty good experience in teaching current digital communication trends.
And this was where?
This was at Algonquin College.
Algonquin.
Yeah.
That was a pretty good hands-on course.
Yeah, hands-on course with people from industry and different companies. Yeah.
That's good. I'm surprised that there's. I did hear that that Algonquin does offer more technical hands-on.
Well, I mean these programs they're not currently offered anymore. There's the main one in the School of Media and Design is the Interactive Multimedia program, but the ones that I did were they're still kind of on the edge, you know.
They're still on the edge, right?
The edge. So I found a massive benefit in it, but just getting that bureaucracy to see the value of sticking with it and really putting the marketing to kind of expand it.
Well, it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard. How do you keep a college course up that's 6 months long to the next 24 hours?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Imagine a professor. If I was teaching a college course, this is how I'd be doing it. University course. Every single class would be like the marketing that happened that same day, right?
Yeah.
Because you're gonna see on Facebook, on Instagram, the top places to advertise a product right now in 2017, 2018.
Right.
They do such subtle changes.
Right.
Right. Just on Facebook groups, when you could join in the beginning, Facebook groups were just one tab on Facebook, and you just join one, go to the next, join one, go to the next. But now they're all organized in your profile, and you can go and just it'll show you all your groups in one side of the page, and you can cycle through it. You can you can share all your whole business in a span of 5 minutes across 30 different Facebook groups. And when you share across 30 different Facebook groups, you're getting a reach of 25,000 organically for free.
Yeah, people don't know these little things that can really get you a return without
paying any money.
Without paying any money, yeah.
So and these are just futures that come out randomly, subtly.
Yeah.
Facebook doesn't send out.
They can change it too.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
Facebook doesn't send out an email email that says, "Hey, here are the changes you made in the last 10 minutes."
Exactly.
So it is absolutely insane what you can do with things and how often you have to keep up with everything. Same thing with Instagram. Quick tip on Instagram: when you make a post, I know that everyone posts a really good photo and they know that part. But what they don't really look at is how important the wording is underneath. Those 4 or 5 words that you put are the hook, are the things that really make someone engage with you. And engagements are everything. Likes don't really mean anything on Instagram. If you get 1,000 likes but 0 comments, engagements, you didn't really do it correctly. You put a pretty picture up, but you didn't really engage with the audience. A good way to engage, I think, is to make a post and say something, tag your friend with a similar situation below, and it is insane how much engagement you get with those kind of posts.
Because you're getting them involved, right?
You're getting them involved.
Yeah.
You're getting your community, your followers involved. And secondly, you should really be focusing on your tags. People post hashtags which are just like hashtag fitness, and they could be like IT company posting hashtag fitness with a computer just to get likes. But that is the most stupidest thing you can do. I've seen it so many times.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking, what are you doing? You should be if you're an IT company, you should be tagging your city, right? So it should be hashtag for Ottawa. For us here in Ottawa, if I'm making a post for an IT company that wants to do computer services, it should be hashtag Ottawa, hashtag Ottawa 2017, hashtag Ottawa IT, hashtag Ottawa Marketing, hashtag Ottawa Business. Everything should be revolving around your current city. So
not just something vague or something general, so general
that some person in Australia is commenting on you, is like, hey, where can I come meet you guys?
Yeah.
It's like, well, I mean, you travel 6,000 kilometers, but
it's not.
You can come see
it's not relevant.
It's not relevant, exactly. So that's really important for Instagram. Facebook and Instagram is something that we at Armada here do mainly, and that is because it's just so important to have. It's so important for every business to make a Facebook page, I made a blog article a couple of weeks ago on DaniyalZafar.com on how shocked I was of how many freelancers not having a Facebook presence. Freelancers, right?
Yeah.
People who literally offer that service did not have their own Facebook presence, and they weren't posting content every day. And then they're complaining, I'm not getting any clients. I mean, I'm sorry, but you're not going to get clients
It's
like
like
that.
the first place people are gonna check you out, right?
Yeah. I just want to give a quick shout out before the end of the show that we film here at Impact of Ottawa. It's really fun over here. It's really cool. It's a really cool environment, and I would definitely recommend anyone who's running a business, opening a business, to check out Impact Hub. It's such a. I'm putting out an article on it today on how I found it different than other co-working spaces, and I really talk about how insane it is to provide value to your members.
Right.
In my first month here at Impact Hub, this is not a paid thing. I'm like 100% serious.
Yeah.
I wanted to make this video just because of how much value they gave me in the first month.
Sounds like it. Yeah.
Of being here. Like you're here. You're part of that value too.
Yes.
You're here. But on top of that, for company purposes, we found 2 new clients just in the first month. We have 5 new leads, and that is literally because Impact Hub, the team over here, the administrators, they literally constantly connect people. They literally just the main thing they do is connecting people.
Yeah.
And that's the main thing about co-working space. It does like your furniture, your design, everything else comes second, but your network, connecting people, I think that's super important.
Yeah, they just encourage this kind of helpful culture and collaboration, and just they're really friendly, right? And
super friendly,
friendly and professional. So, I mean, you've been here longer. So you, I guess you really, it's from a genuine place. It's really in your business. It's helped you.
Like
Armada.
It is really cool what they've been doing here. It's like a co-working space I've never been to before because it actually feels like one.
Yeah.
And it doesn't just feel like I'm in some random place where nobody really cares and there's like toxic people around you. It's really different. It's really different, and I really like it. I just wanted to give a big shout out to these guys here and to work really hard. Also, the guy behind the camera, Mike.
Hello.
He's been filming the show. He's doing the video audio production. Incredible work. Honestly, I couldn't be happier. He's like, if you look at the first episode, which is my filming, compared to the second one, it's just like, what just happened? People literally message me on Facebook. It's like, hey man, what just happened to your show? Yeah. It looks completely different.
So I was lucky to be on episode 2 then, you know?
Literally, yeah. Bassem was on the first episode with our lead producer. It was awesome. Guys, today I'm just really just wanted to do a casual chat on what we're doing here, what I'm all about, and showcasing that some of the team members. And other than that, we have 2 guests next week: real estate agent and big networker in Ottawa. It's gonna be really fun, gonna be really cool. I'll see you guys next week. Take care. Bye.